LRBAquatics.com. Hello world. Brum brum. How's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. If not, I hope tomorrow is getting better for you. Keep your head up. Things happen, and you just gotta roll with the punches. That's one thing I've learned with doing this stuff and trying to be a small business is you gotta work with and roll with the punches. So today I wanted to do just a walkabout with you guys, Q&A. If you guys want to see something in the fish room, just let me know. And we're just going to check out some fish and shrimp and plants and test out this mic. So hopefully I've got sound. Hopefully it's coming out nice and clear. I got a new Ceramonic wireless mic system. Comes with 2 mics and 1 transmitter, which will be great for fish room tours. And I can have the host on one mic and myself on the other mic, and we can talk fish and share knowledge with all of you guys. And I really love this because I can get like as close as far away from the mic without the volume actually leaving out. So here we got mascara barbs. Here we got orange fin hill trouts. These are really cool. They actually stay in the same water as these Dacacean assimilis. So they have nice natural nature to themselves. They're real harmonious with each other. And then we've got the dwarf neon rainbow fish here. We got cherry barbs down here as well. Males are the bright ones, the females are the light ones. And we've got some driftwood. I think that's just like some burlwood. Maybe manzanita, I'm not sure. Taiwan lily. Somebody asked the other day what plant this was. This is Luigia arcuata. Now I didn't get a chance to do that on the comments. I wish I had more time for your guys' comments. One day I will get back to that. And then I did add these new golden barbs into the tank as well. They're a new addition. They're kind of a token fish in there. I won't ever go with more than 2 of them, but they should grow up and that'll be really cool. But hello everybody in the chat. Pete Berlinski, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. He says, love your vids, Lucas. Well, thank you so much. Without the support of you super chatters and my Patreons, we wouldn't have this quality audio right now. This is my Magna Daphnia tank right here. This is a really great food for pretty much any type of fish. And it gets decent size, so even rainbows love it. Great for conditioning. They live well with shrimp. This is a regular colony of cherry neocaridina. This is like the original edition of cherry neocaridina back in the day. Like, that's a super old colony. Here we got some rainbow tiger antler version 2.0s. These are the next gen rainbow tiger antlers. It's definitely male heavy right now. And then also some more rainbow tiger antlers. This is more towards the first generation rainbow tiger antlers. Kind of hard to see with that glare. Now I am getting some new lenses as well for the camera, so that'll be real nice. I'm doing live stream. These are the albino galaxy guppy fish. Got a lot of orange coming out of it on this video for some reason. Very pretty fish, changes a lot of colors. These guys are really popping out babies like crazy. I've got a bunch in there, and then there's a bunch in here with this water lettuce. That water lettuce just gets crazy, but water lettuce is great for balancing aquariums, like if you're having algae issues or green water or anything like that, because it helps soak up a lot of the excess nutrients. Right now my glass is like so dirty. This is probably hopefully going to be the last time you guys see my tanks this dirty, because I've got Haley of Oddball Aquatics changing water right now in the guest bedroom, These are all starbursts, but you can't see them. They're really hard to see. Some are even geriatric in there. That's a super old line. This is a younger group I've been working with of the starbursts. You can see them better. Are also known as the blue star endler. But Haley of All Ball Aquatics, she's changing the water. She's getting stuff cleaned up. And yeah, I'm super stoked for it. Why? I wish these guys weren't so shy. These are some upper tour rainbows. But I really love it when the tanks get like this algae wall on the side. So it's like a carpet. It's like a little shag carpet of algae. That's great for shrimp and other stuff. Some baby upper tours. This one sprung a leak not too long ago. More baby upper tours, juveniles. That's a super rare one. A bunch of dwarf neon rainbow fish. That one's ready to get adults moved in it. These guys have gotten big. These have grown up from babies. These are the adults and parents of all those. And I'm getting ready to move them over into there. And if you can see back there, yeah, you can kind of see back there, there's a ton of dwarf neon babies. I got to scoop those out. So lately, my main job, and why I haven't had much time to focus towards specific like talks on video and everything else, is I've been in the rabbit hole of getting better quality and audio for you guys, and also just moving stuff around the fish room to just start getting it to where it needs to be. These are the split tail albinos. These are really nice. Split those up. What's the grow out time on dwarf neon rainbows? So it does depend on how much you change your water. The more you change your water, the faster they're going to grow. Bigger volume of water, the faster they're going to grow as well. That probably plays more role of it into it than anything, and I think that with raising up most fish. Now, a problem with that sometimes is they're too small to find the food, so big tanks aren't always the best. But I would say they're at least 8 months or so, if I had to put it in a nutshell. These are baby CPDs. This is the golden Nessia plant. A lot of people think you need CO2 and all that stuff for that plant. It actually has no CO2 or anything. This is a Glossolepis maculosus. It's a rainbow fish, really rare rainbow fish, super duper rare. Breeding group of CPDs in there, really hard to see though in that green water. We're going to get that changed out. Goldie-eyed Kai, juvie. I thought I got all of them out of there. He must be the only one left. And then some more CPDs that were bred out. Procatopus assimilis. Let me see if I can get a good view of these guys. Probably not with the glare. Oh, there you can see the male. These guys are really cool. Pygmy cory cat in there with them, and cherry shrimp. He's going to be bashful now. Nice fire red though. Somebody had a question. Hey fish, or hey, what do you feed your fish? As always, the tetracolor tropical granules. I have been spoiling like my barbs and stuff with some tube effects cubes. Yeast for the Daphnia. I may mess around with more foods now that I have a helper and am able to mess around with more foods and be more stable. Bunch of CPDs back here in my algae tank, my huge green algae tank. Let's see. Procatopus babies in there. The 240. This Kimberly, the Pogostemon Kimberly actually sprung a flower, that half beak. You can see he's super colorful. It's actually up front now. Very awesome. I didn't know that it's got that kind of color. But the Pogostemon Kimberly, which is this plant, I can't even see it in the water right now, but it looks completely different in water than it does out of water. So in water it looks like this, but out of water it looks like this. And I did have some blooms, but I didn't get a chance to capture it. There are these beautiful purple flowers. But it's just an absolute forest up here with the water lettuce, the Pogostemon Kimberly. And then all these like pine tree looking plants. That's Rotalia Any. It looks really cool when it's growing up and out of the water. It's actually all over the place here on top of the egg crate. It's just created a forest. Bunch of roots and whatnot. Put you guys down here. This plant just grows like crazy. Absolute crazy. And Pandagaras, gotta love the Pandagaras. The whole big school of them. Aquarium Cop says, just so you know, my rope fish, bite shear fish, African dwarf frogs all eat tetracolored tropical granules once a week. Frozen bloodworms, just so you know. That's interesting. That's good to know too, because I haven't kept any of those fish or even tried it. It's somewhat of a bulkier food. It's not real bulky, like you're not going to feed arowanas on it for a long time. There's actually a ton of plants in here. I got to get this worked on. I don't know. I may break in and just put a filter on this thing, because I don't want to dim the lights down, because it's not going to help the plants that are in here. But I want to get rid of that green water. And the only way to really do it, I bought these UV sterilizers, but they're pretty jank. They're not working that great. You can't even see them because they're not doing their job. So I may get a canister filter, UV sterilizer, just really do it up. These guys are crazy. They're ready to get fed. These Pandagaras. These Burmese Danias are really cool too. The ones with the spots. Or no, those are the twin eye. Baby Celebes there. Yeah, that's super green. Fish love it though. But yeah, that's some of the stuff in here. I got Pseudomugil luminatus in here, Melanitania picta. I've been moving them around, so I'll keep one over here, braid them out in the moss, braid the other on the crypt. Been testing that out. Now I'm putting them together, going to try braiding them together, see what that does. And in the meantime, I put Daphne on each side so it helps feed them as well. Ton of tetras in there. There's an emperor, but you can't ever see him. It's always green water. And that's mostly just way too much light. The water is probably way too soft and too much biological material in it. These are the C. Alleni breeding group that's in there. These tank, they've got all kinds of stuff. We're not going to go down there, but I've still got some to open. There's some drape fin barbs, other stuff. I've got this tank to still do. Here's some swordtails, some nice orange swordtails. These things are really cool. Trying them out in this 75 with Luigia archeata. I believe that's the red metallic crypt. That may be the bronze. I think that's a bronze crypt. Just grown a little differently. But they've been keeping that cleared out. There's a bunch of shrimp in there. That's a different kind of substrate too. This is like the cichlid mix kind of substrate. But as you can see, it's like all the clam shells and everything. Clam shells and rocks and other stuff. But I'm still growing stem plants in there. No problem. Same with crypts. No problem. And I actually have the power head in here a little differently. If you look at the top of the water, I have the power head pushing up towards the top of the water and moving the water that way, and it seems to work really well. I kind of like it. I really do. And then the Aqua Neat, my other lights went down. They need new bulbs. They were T5s, but this one seems to be doing good enough work to keep the plants alive. And sorry if I do miss any questions here. Jennifer Merva says, when are you going to show the betta fry? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll head that way. I'll show you some betta fry. Had a thread fin, Werner Eye rainbow fish babies out of there. Scooped out quite a bit of those the other night. That's a shop light I was telling you guys about in the chat. Friday's Q&A. These were like, I want to say 36 bucks, something like that for 6 of them, 48 inch. But the end of them's kind of sketched. They got a switch. But see how they're just solid plated? I don't know. I haven't had any issues with them getting warm. I don't know. It seems to be working all right. So they would help light up like underneath these tanks. This is where I had that, trying to do that white antler. Doesn't look like it worked out too well. Looks like I got a bunch of oranges out of it. I did get a gimbal too, so hopefully these shots will be a nice and smoother. Bunch of tangerine tigers in here. Looks like that one back there, that really orange one, is Prego. Baby dwarf neon rainbow fish in there as well. It's a great thing about the shrimp tanks is I can also mix in the antlers with them. These guys are really cool. Some kind of like blue antler. I can't remember exactly what these are. I need to get better at labeling stuff because I've had so much stuff coming in. Usually I used to not have to worry about that too much. Here are the rainbow tiger antlers. Or not rainbow, but red tiger antlers. Pretty neat fish. And then we got Haley here, Oddball Aquatics. She's the helper. Everybody wants to know about these betta fry. That's where, I think that's what she's looking at. Let's see if we can find any. Really hard to see through these containers. The rainbow fish fry, they're easy to see. They're always out and about. But the betta fry, they actually like hang out and barely move unless you move them. See, there's one right there. See, just barely moving.
There's two down here.
They'll hide.
The purples.
Oh, and then in the corner. Back there in the corner's one. So they still got some size to get on them. It's really hard to see through these containers. There's one right there kind of floating around. Now, a couple did manage to get down here in the sump. I don't know if we'll be able to find them, but it actually got pretty big. There's some rainbow fish in here too. And then we got the crystal red shrimp. I threw a alder branch in there as well. So a lot of people use the alder cones. That's actually a branch. A lot of people saying hi to Oddball Aquatics. And she's actually got a channel as well. If you guys want to check her out, just type in Oddball Aquatics, which is a great name. And yeah, you can find her channel that way. Here's the Galaxy shrimp. These are caradinas. They like the softer water. They have bred out in here. I'm not seeing any juveniles right now. Oh, here's one. Oh, here's another one. So there's a younger generation. Another gen. And I believe one is pregnant that I know of. Maybe two pregnant. Yeah, like she's pregnant right there. Got a lot of Indian almond leaves in there. A little manzanita for them to actually eat off of in case they're not getting enough food, but I'm sure they are. Turn off that dehumidifier. And then there's just fry galore in here. Just all kinds of rainbow fry, rutus. We've got a cur killifish. There are gardneri, luminatus, bowmani, melanitania bowmani, glossolepis maculosus, golden white clouds. There's a long fin white cloud. Let's see, baby elegans, dwarf neons, picta or Dorothea babies. Not sure what those are. And here are some Luxo panchex killifish. They're a really neat killifish, like a lamp-eye kind of killifish. These are more Luxo panchex. These are, I believe, Melanitania campsi. They are campsize. I just can't remember if they're Melanitania or not. But these right here are pretty much 99.9% sure Dacacia acimus mascara barb fry. These ones with the little stripes fluttering about, which I'm super excited about. I think these may be Chopre Danios. But many of you guys who've been following me for quite some time know I've been wanting to breed those for a long time. Derek Wallace, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, hey Lucas, about an hour ago I discovered Hydra in my 55 gallon. I have assassin snails breeding like crazy in that tank. How would you fight the Hydra? So that's a really tough question. To fight that Hydra. See, that stuff is definitely, it has a chance of killing the assassin snails. Now the assassin snails, they can actually go down and bury in the substrate and get away from the medication a little better than some others. So they can live, but besides that, I don't really know any other way to get rid of Hydra. I got to get used to being able to drop my phone over here and just, I know the mics, I'm so trained to have me close to the mic while I'm moving the mic, but now I don't even have to worry about it. Like, that's so sweet. Here's the fire red colony. And hopefully this saves back in decent footage for you guys as well, which is another thing I've been working on. Have you heard of rainbow shiners? I have, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Now see, you will have the clearer ones in a red colony, and those are the males. And those are the ones you often see fluttering about. Now some of the males have red, but you can still see he still has some clearness to them. I'm always working on that, but they always revert back. It's tough, but the females, they're solid. Well, even some of the males are pretty solid too. Then we got guppy grass in there, rock pile nursery for the females to feel comfortable on two different sides. So one can butter their bread upside down, one can butter it up top, and they can wear it out. That's old Dr. Seuss cartoon, if any of you guys ever seen that stuff. That was one of my favorites as a kid. Sorry, I hang out with a 3-year-old, so I got that on the brain. Anyways, here's the Blue Dreams, world's greatest, straightest line of Blue Dream Neocaridina. Like, they're insane. Gonna get a close-up of this mama swimming. Doesn't want to focus. A good thing there's like 50 other shrimp we can look at, if not hundreds more. Nice solid blues all over. And sorry if I am missing questions in the chat. It's not easy to get to it. Any Lucipennis fry? It's been a while since I picked any Lucipennis out. This is the Pylomoss. Absolutely love that stuff. It'll grow in anything. Super ultra low light. Bronze crypt. Nice filler. And these actually just got a water change too. I believe this is weeping moss here, and also Blue Dream. This is a second tank of the world's straightest blues. Lots of moss. I've got rabbit snails in here as well. They're pretty cool. I'll probably be getting more of these guys. They breed ultra slow, but still cool shrimp, or cool snail. Different little mutation on the blues there. They get like a golden head on them. There it focuses. Very cool. Alright, alright. So I gotta get you back to work, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get her back to work here soon. Let's see, we've already been on here for 23 minutes. It's so easy to get lost in here and just keep showing you guys fish and plants and shrimp, because there's just so much to show. I always love this rainbow tank. It's my baby. Can't wait till those crypts grow out too, man. They're slow, but they're getting there. Starting to get some nice new growth off of some of these leaves. Hard to really pick up the color here. I did get some new lenses, so hopefully we can change that. It'll help when I actually scrape the glass too. That'll help as well. Oh, before we gotta hop off here, I gotta show you the Luigia arcuata. Now you see it's green down here. It got a little color to it underneath. But then you get on top, you see all that orange, rusty orange, some deep, deep red in there. Get that highlight on it, it really gets some colors in it. Bo Barton, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, hey LRB, Australia just received 19 pairs of rainbows to start next year's breeding project. Interesting. Are those rainbows from Papua New Guinea, I'm guessing, or I'm not sure. That sounds very interesting. 19 different pairs. Nice. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. And this is the German pastel tank. It needs topped off. Gusta Angustifolia, Hygrophilia. We got the, I think that's a Coffeefolia. This may be Monte Carlo. I believe it is Monte Carlo. I've been kind of working on it a little bit. Fuchsias, Flamingo Crypt, growing super slow. Lymphanophilia aromatica. More of the, Monte Carlo. So what I usually do is I'll trim that up. And then I just float it, and then I let it become like a biomass like I do with the pearlweed. And you do the same thing with pearlweed too. Pearlweed's just a little finer though. But alright, I gotta hop off here. I wish I could get to the rest of your guys' questions. We covered that one kind of the other day. And I gotta get her back to work because I can't pay her to stand around. We got lots to do. We could. We got the Greater Chicago Cichlid Association auction tomorrow. So we've got to bag up a bunch of fish for that and catch up on some of these water changes and just clean things up a bit. So, alright, it's going to be a late one for us, and I appreciate you guys all hanging out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Until next time, everybody, peace and have a great one.